Okay, it is very important to understand like how to arrange all the folders for the client. So mainly for any visa application, we have the agreement, original scan, and visa. These three folders are the most important folders for any visa type. The contract, which is the employer related folder, uh, this is only for the visa applications where the employer is involved. Like for example, 482 visa, 186, 494. So these visa subclasses, including 407 as well. So these visa subclasses where the employer is included or employer documents are required for the sponsorship purpose. There we add this folder. Otherwise, the agreement, original scan, and visa, these three folders must be there in every client's folder. And the main folder, the main applicant's full name as for the passport, and in the bracket you need to mention the visa subclass number. Like for example, if the candidate is um, Manmohan and my visa subclass is 482, so I'll just put it in the bracket. And if this visa subclass change in future, and if I do 186, then I'll change this number here. So just to refer that whatever visa subclass we are doing currently, so we'll change the subclass accordingly. So in that folder, we have to maintain these four folders only. We don't have to keep any file out of these folders. So any file, any application copy, file, receipt, whatever the documents goes into these folders only. Now the first folder, the agreement. Here we have to save the Oswald agreement, cost agreement, plus the signed copy of that agreement. There could be multiple agreements, so name it as agreement 1, 2, or 3, or with the subclass number, the agreement for 406, agreement for 186, 407, whatever. So either with subclass or just name it as agreement 1, agreement 2, agreement 3, same as agreement 2 signed, agreement 2 as a normal document, like when you save it. Do not save any additional agreements copy of a similar in nature. Like for example, if you put a copy of the same agreement, so just delete it. So do not put copies of the same agreements. Just save the correct agreement in one go. In the consultation form, any consultation form being saved in the inquiry section needs to be saved here. Name it as consultation 1 or consultation 2 or more than that if there are more than one. Then save those consultation forms in the agreement folder only. Any invoice from the Oswald side or any payment you receive from the client needs to be saved here. So payment can be for the department fees, can be for the professional fees. So this is mainly the receipt from the client side to the Oswald. So if any fees coming to our account, we have to save that payment receipt in the agreement folder of the client. Then the second one comes the original scan. Here we have to divide the documents in the respective folders. Like number one, academic. So here in the academic folder, we have to keep applicant and dependent separately. If there is a spouse, then we have to keep the spouse documents there. If we are doing the admission work for the applicant, then we need to make another folder for admission 1, admission 2 in the applicants folder. So basically the academic documents, even if it is the admission with the COEs or whatever we are doing in relation to the academics, so we have to save it in the academic folder. Second folder is the AFP, PCC, and health. So this one is for the police clearances. And similarly, if we have multiple applicants like husband and wife, make two folders and save all these documents in their respective folders. So AFP, PCC, or PCC means like it could be Indian PCC or any other country's PCC. So these documents needs to be saved in the applicant's respective folder. Extra folder is for any extra file which we may need in future, but we don't, that's not linked to the file, or we may not need it for the application purpose, but we cannot delete it straight away. So we can keep it in extra folder, and in case if we need it, we can retrieve it from here. Otherwise we'll delete it in future. Forms folder, any must form which we receive from the client needs to be saved here. 956 form or any other form such as form 80, 1221, 1006, 100, any form, any government form or our must form needs to be saved in the form section. Passport, make sure that you have applicant and spouse and child or any other dependent if there is any. Then you need to make separate folders for each candidate and save their respective documents in there. Spouse must have the marriage certificate if there is a partner engaged, and if marriage certificate is not required in the application, you can remove that. And for the skill assessment, you need to make sure that if there are multiple skill assessment, just for example, if it is software engineer, and we'll keep the software engineer skill assessment, positive skill assessment here. If there is another skill assessment we are doing, for example, developer programmer, then we save that developer programmer positive skill assessment. This is mainly for the positive skill assessment. So other documents you can keep it as open because that's a common one. So if there are many documents, just try to make a folder for like maybe the documents for the employment, or maybe resume, or maybe some other document which are in a similar format, like multiple pay slips, for example, multiple bank statements. So just make a folder for them so that it just make the skill assessment well organized, so that we know like which folder has what kind of skill assessment. So there shouldn't be any mistake while uploading the documents. Similarly, in the work experience documents, keep it organized as per the employments. If somebody has 4 employments, just keep every employment related document separately. If there are 4 companies, just write the name of the company and save all the related documents in that particular folder. So these are the main folders which we need to save almost for every application. If there is a parent application, we might not need skill assessment or work experience, but for most of the applications we need all these folders. But also make sure if there is any folder, any document which is not related to any of these folder, do not add that folder. So do not keep any folder empty. If there is no document to put into any of these folders, remove this folder. Do not keep it empty, so that it won't make confusion that why this folder is there. Now this is very important. The visa folder, this will hold all the government related, the documents what we get after the lodgement of the visa. Now it is very important to understand that we have to organize each and every folder with a visa subclass number. Whatever visa we are doing, we have to create that visa subclass number folder and keep any documents related to that in that particular folder only. Do not keep any document outside the folder. If we are working on 482 visa, we have to go into the 482 visa, and we will see that there is a receipt, acknowledgement, any other related document which comes from the application, maybe the application copy or the upload document folder. So if we are uploading any document, make sure that that folder is named as upload, and if we have uploaded the document, then make sure that we name it after the name. We just put the date so that we know like these documents are uploaded. Once you put the date, so this folder is closed. You don't need to touch this folder again. If you're uploading any other document after this date, you create another folder, upload, and don't name it with the date until you upload the documents. So just keep arranging documents in this one. As soon as you upload the documents, then name it as whatever day, on whichever date you upload, name it accordingly, so that you know like on what date what documents been uploaded. Any document comes from the client, or if that needs to be uploaded, just keep it arranged in the upload folder and get it checked with the Mara agent or lawyer, and then once they confirm, then upload the document, make a note, and then put that note in the CRM as well. Now when the case officer is being allocated, they will send us a request for information. So RFI, whenever we receive RFI, we need to put a date here. Like for example, if we receive an RFI from the case officer, so we put a date here and keep the RFI documents here itself, and then in the RFI folder we will arrange another upload folder. Now this upload folder is related to RFI which we received for the 482 visa. So accordingly, in this upload folder, whatever they have requested, we will keep arranging these documents here. Also make sure that documents, whatever you put in the upload, they are only the copy of the documents. They are not the original documents. So you have to keep maintaining these folders. And if there is, for example, AFP you receive which you need to upload, you need to keep that AFP copy mainly in this folder, and then keep a copy of that AFP folder in this upload folder. You do not just move the original document here. You keep a copy in the uploaded document, regardless of like you have multiple files, doesn't matter, but you have to keep a copy here so that whenever we are finding a document, we only go to the original scan. We are not going to the visa. This is for the reference purpose only, that what documents we uploaded. But if we go for the document searching, we only go to the original scan and we look for the AFP in the AFP folder only. we will not go to the visa folder and 482 in the upload folder and look for AFP, because we don't know like which folder that uploaded document we will find. So we have to keep maintaining original documents in the original scan, and then we take a copy from there and put it in the upload folder to make it ready for the upload. Now the employer visa, when we have to maintain this folder, like for example 186, 482, 407, 494, so we have to maintain all these folders. Like 956 needs to be signed by the employer and the applicant. Advertisements which the employer advertised, so we have to keep 2 advertisements at least. Employment contract that is related to the applicant comes from the employer side. GNP letter that we need to prepare according to the business requirement and the position. Position description is a specific position description document, 1-page document, and the salary comparison is 2 advertisements what we need to put it here. So these are the folders what we need to maintain for the employer visa section. Make sure that we have all the documents properly organized here, so that when we are doing the application or for future purpose, we get the documents fairly quickly. So this is the format what we need to follow. If there is any question, please reach out to us.